what other types of things, I guess, do you guys, do you think about, and then how do you put it on a roadmap so you're planning to stay in front of the media multiple times?
I'm going to say a lot of things that are pretty obvious, but they are the things that I've seen work best. I think that content is a pretty iterative process. And I think the more you make a content moment a big deal moment, the more likely you're going to put it off. And you're going to resist doing it because, oh my God, this is a big thing. What if I go wrong? And the paralysis is just huge. So I think that there's a couple of different ways you should look at content. You should look at what is the content that is formal and what is the content that is informal. And when it comes to the formal content, I think you're going to be in a better place is if you enlist a professional, because it needs to have a certain sheen, it needs to have a certain polish. And so, and I think it would take away from your kind of dread of putting it out. And so those formal things could be anything from, the website wire copy to press releases, to user guides or sales guides, anything like that. And those are the formal content activations. But I think the thing that people don't do enough of well or with confidence is blogging. And I think that there are all forms of blogging. Twitter or X was considered a microblogging platform. And so, and I'm seeing a lot more, medium form blogs pop up on LinkedIn, for example, perhaps, 100 to 200 words. But I think the thing about that kind of activation from a content point of view is that it can be a lot easier and it could be a lot more transformative if you're going at it with a rather casual basis so that you're not hurting the barrier to entry, which is writing the piece in the first place. And I think you should get yourself in a habit of producing at least one piece of content for your website a week that could live elsewhere. And by installing that discipline, I think that will be transformative for a lot of your platform sites, in part because it's going to be a lot more of the moment and a lot more proof of life. In other words, you're going to have properties where it shows the lights on, because sometimes the message isn't, I have a great idea, but I'm always having great ideas, or I'm always having ideas, even if they're not great. But the point is that a lot of sites seem pretty dark, and you think, is anyone actually putting any effort in this? Does this thing, even go anywhere? Whereas when you see someone who's putting a lot of love into their content portals, whether it's social, whether it's Twitter, that's going to be the thing.